Hey folks, welcome back to Bullets and Brass. Today we're talking about 6.5 Grendel versus 223, 5.56, whatever you want to call it. And this is a viewer recommended, requested, whatever you want to call it, video. And it's going to be short because this one's kind of a no-brainer. Let me cut to the chase. If ARs had come in 6.5 Grendel to start with, nobody would have developed 223 or 5.56. Wouldn't have happened. So that said, why is 5.56 still a thing? Why is 223 still a thing? And the answer really is inertia and cost. Now, we all know that once the military adopts something, it tends to just take on, its own life. It's very tough for a round that the military has adopted to not succeed in the civilian world. And that is absolutely true of 5.56. It is a round that did not have a need in the civilian market. There was not a, hey, there's this niche not being met in the civilian world. We need this. That is not the case.
Hey, I need you to go click subscribe and a thumbs up. We need the help. YouTube does not like firearms channels. It does not like anything that shows guns, ammo, magazines, shooting at any kind. They just don't. Every little bit of help you can give us with the YouTube algorithm goes a long way in keeping channels like this and some of the more entertaining oriented firearms channels going.
There was plenty of options at the time for filling that niche. Some were higher power, some were lower power, but certainly that is not a niche that is in big demand for hunting or target shooting. You generally either want something more target oriented or more power for hunting. If you don't need that much power for hunting, you probably want something lighter like 22 Hornet, assuming you're staying centerfire, right? Because you're trying to not tear up your game. You're shooting rabbits, foxes, coyotes, and certainly there are plenty of options there. Gophers, groundhogs, all that kind of stuff. They were all popular things. 5.56 was not needed, but 5.56 fills a niche in the military world that those other rounds didn't do for various reasons. In many cases, they had to do with the fact that they were designed for bolt actions, not semi-autos. These days, plenty of options, right? That's not a big deal. But at the time, that was the thought process. But let's compare. Let's look at what we have now. This is 2022. We're not talking about 1970, 1965, or whatever the hell it was. 6.5 Grendel at the muzzle is 1,700 foot-pounds of energy, plus some probably. So 1,700. 5.56 on a good day, 1,300, maybe, kind of, sort of, not really. And it only gets worse because at 500 yards, the 6.5 Grendel is still 670 foot-pounds, okay? At 500 yards, 55 grain, 5.56, you're down to 290 foot-pounds of energy. 290, okay? I mean, I know you can hit the target, and I know I wouldn't want to be standing there, but you're down into like low power. This is not something that your ideal world scenarios involve. That's pretty wussy. Now let's take it to the more appropriate rounds for the distance. 77 grain, 388 foot-pounds. For comparison, 7.62 by 39, 348 foot-pounds. Yeah, half, right? Less than half, depending on which one you're picking. That's a big chunk, right? Why would you give that up? It's not like 6.5 Grendel recoils a lot more. It's not like it fits in a larger magazine. It's not like it has any major issues. Yes, you get a few less rounds in the magazine. Not significant. Remember that the original AR, as adopted by the military for the M16, was a 20-round magazine. They were not concerned with massive capacity. 20 rounds was considered plenty. There's no reason you can't do a 20-round 6.5 Grendel magazine. We have 24s, right? We have, I think, 27s I've seen. And then certainly if you go larger, you can do it. They start to curve more, but why would you stick with it? Why would you, as a civilian, we're not talking the military, why would you go with 5.56? And the answer is economy. The answer is simply that you have situations like right now where you can walk into the store and get 5.56, no problem. There's lots of ammo. If you want 6.5 Grendel, you're paying more money and you're hunting around more. It is not walking into your local Bass Pro or even most local gun shops and picking up a replacement bolt. The military has looked at it and gone, we would love to switch, but the costs involved versus what we gain in actual military use is not worth it. Because remember, for the military, the average soldier with their personal firearm is basically there as a distraction for the enemy. They are not there to be the primary killers. The machine gun is the killer. The artillery, the mortars, the rockets. Foreign militaries where they've gotten way fewer to adjust and they're probably buying new rifles anyway, they're making a switch. Well, if you're going, well, we want more power, we're buying a new rifle anyway. Well, we could do 5.56, we could do 6.5 Grendel, we could do 308, 7.62 by 51. Which should we do? Well, in that scenario, 6.5 Grendel makes a ton of sense, right? Because you can stick to a smaller action, smaller size magazines, you can carry more ammo, all the things you get with 223, but you get more power. If you're buying the rifles anyway, if you're starting out with a new system anyway, that's a no-brainer. Which I think will continue to drive 6.5 Grendel going forward. I think we will see that going forward. And as it gains more government adoption, we will see more companies spool up volume production. I think right now, outside of the Russian ammo that is now going to be not available, we don't have a domestic producer that is focused on volume for 6.5. They're focused on hunting ammo, precision ammo, but that's low volume. I'm talking about a manufacturer churning out, millions of rounds for a government contract, and we get the excess, right? We get the part that is between their orders for the government, and it means that there's easy availability, inexpensive ammo. That's not existing yet, but it will, I think. So, anyway, that is it. Take care, have fun, stay safe, y'all, and good luck hunting down those 6.5 rounds.